Actually, I have done this work of paleoclimatology on the basis of this book. So I can say you, I can promise you, these are the one of the finest gems in this portion of a study. A very welcome to this Geography Optional Orientation session. Today we will learn about that what you have to study in a Geography Optional and how could you score more marks so that it can certain your rank in the final list. So before proceeding further, I have a question. How do you decide how to choose an optional? For me, it will be 3 parameters. So when I say optional paper, there are 3 parameters. First, there should be overlap with GS papers. By mean I say that if you are studying for the optional paper, there definitely should be some portion for you have to cover this in your GS paper also. In this case, since I am talking about geography, let's compare it with other optional paper. So in case of geography, where do we also find this paper? First of all, the first phase it is in prelims. So the first phase is prelims. So definitely even this year by 2024, we have witnessed 18 questions out of 100. So definitely 18% is a very high weightage. I can assure you that. From prelims, if you will be visiting the GS1 paper, there we have also the geography we have to study in form of India and world geography, the physical phenomena, the application of same phenomena in Indian understanding, and also economic and human geography. You have to study there. Besides GS1, you have some of the portion in GS3 also. Now many people think that environment and your other thing like disaster management, they should be studied separately. But this is you can say somewhat problematic because there is a great overlap between these two subjects. Like if you consider the geography and climatology, and also if you will be understanding the very facets of disaster management, then you will realize that geography is in the core of those subjects. So from here itself, you can see that we have 3 of the papers where you will find the additional benefit of studying geography optional. Okay, now we will see this was the first parameter. So now we will look toward the second parameter. Just give me a minute. So what is the second parameter? The average score threshold. Average score threshold. When I say average score threshold, it means what defines a suitable optional paper. Look, I will not use the term good or bad because no optional paper is bad, no optional paper is good, or no in this sense that you can't say it in absolute term. But there are certain parameters from which we describe that it is a suitable option for you. So the thing is that this second parameter, average score threshold, it should be 270. Now why this 270? Because to certain your rank in the final list, at least you should be achieving these marks in mains, so optional paper. The thing is that you may sometime witness some rank where they have achieved 260, 240 even, but the thing is that their rank is not up to the top tier. And also one thing is that in some case they may get lucky by scoring some good marks in GS paper. But again, to score good in GS paper, you should be having some sound understanding of this geography part also. So definitely why you have to work the same thing twice. So the thing is that now let me give you an example. You have noticed, if you have noticed that by recent 4 or 5 years, we have seen there is decrease in marks in GS1 paper. Earlier it used to be an average of 110, 112 and all. These days you can see it is 89, 90 marks and 91 marks like of case. Okay. So that is the problem is where, because many a times we have seen that there is no proper understanding of phenomena, and every time a student, what they do, just they wrote from somewhere and then they just copy this in examination. So proper understanding of those phenomena in case of geography in GS1 and GS3 will fetch you a very good marks. So additional marks from this one optional paper and also from GS1 as well as GS3, you can witness some good marks in your final mark sheet. Now coming back to this 270, what is the key? Like some of the subjects like geography, PSIR are famous for what? Because these days we have seen a lot of good marks in this case. Like in anthropology, you have an average score of near 300, matlab not average score, but if you will see some of the top rankers, the average is near like 300 if you see the IS and IPS rank. Okay, now coming back to this part again, this 270 part. Why geography is important? Because it is possible to achieve this marks conveniently in geography. But the thing is that what I am trying to do, I will push you through this 270 to 300 portion. Like there will be need of some special effort from your side and also from my side. Okay, so this 270, if you will see this average score of topper or ranker 270, definitely it is good, but there is a caveat. Recent year, like if you will be seeing this year, let me remember, 2017, then rank 5 Pratham Kaushik sir, he has scored 327 marks in optional geography paper. But afterward, we have seen a downward trend. Okay, these days we have seen 292, 285, although they are very good marks, but not from the condition that we have to push it harder. And there, my expertise, since I have done my some of research work, PhD research work in this field, paleoceanography and paleoclimatology. So some of the understanding of phenomena which we will discussing in the class, that will help you to score good marks here. Okay. So when it's come to 270, this is the second parameter. And what is the third parameter? The third parameter is your resource availability. Okay. So the first one was overlap with GS. The second one was average score threshold. And third one is your resource availability. Okay. Now you have seen that why people go for geography. It is because a lot of good books are already available in market. Like if you will say Savindra Singh sir book, Manjeet Hussain sir book, and also DS Khuller sir book in the market. But the point is that these books are only for there to score near this 270, 280 marks. There is sufficient amount of books available in the market. But the thing is that I will show you later that what is the USP of our geography optional course. There I will show you that how to interpret the diagrams, how to include those diagrams in your examination notebook. These all will be USP of this course. So that you can breach first, you have to breach this 270 marks, and then at least you should be able to cross this one. And if you put a good effort with me, you may go near this 320 or more marks. But that is the thing which can only be done through the two-way flow. Look, I can provide you a lot of information. Due to my expertise in PhD, I have been a NET JRF and also Syama Prasad Mukherjee Fellow along with GATE rank. But the thing is that makes me a good student. It does not certain that I am a good teacher in that regard. But how do I know that I can promise what I can do, what I have promised? Because it depends on the interaction, and I have interacted with the master's and bachelor students in my college, that is Hansraj College from Delhi University. So you can have faith on me, but the thing is that you have also to work hard. I am never in favor of a spoon feeding, but I will be always there to hold your hand till the moment you go into your examination. So that is my promise. Okay. Now, afterward, we can see that what is the key of scoring good marks in geography. So some people say passion, Okay, and some people say just score good marks. Okay, and why this second? So you have seen many of the people from engineering background or non-humanities background, they have scored good marks in geography, even coming from a different background. But the thing is that even for that, they have to have a good sound knowledge base. Okay, so this is one of the requirement. Before proceeding further, I will say sometime or even many a times there is problem with the students that many they will go through a book, then they will start doing PhD in those things. That is not required. That is good from the knowledge fanatics person, but not from a UPSC point of view. UPSC works on law of averages. Okay, so for passion part, I am there. A teacher should be passionate. Definitely, he should be as much as passionate he could. But the thing is that there is this dynamic equilibrium between these two. This is your person. Okay, how can you score good marks? By regularly attending the classes, by giving those mock tests and all, and also I will be giving my valuable inputs along with the team in this case. Okay, so passion part. So if you have passion, you can go for PhD like me. I have a good hack of passion in this case, I can say. That's why even after going through the GATE examination and ranking 51st in all India, I opted for PhD rather than going for some PSU. Okay, but the thing is that to score good marks, I will pull you from 270 to 300, and if you have the energy left, I will keep you pushing to 325 and further. So what is the requirement of this thing? How can you take a jump leap of faith from 270 to 300? That will be in sequence wise. So let's see a graph here. Okay, so you can see like this. Okay, this is some 200 marks, then 230 marks, then 260 marks, 290 marks. Okay, and then this one is the topmost layer is of 300. So this is a kurtosis graph. What does it do? It shows you the distribution of marks. Okay, so like nearly 3,500 people or candidates opt for geography as optional in mains examination. Out of this 3,500, a majority of them usually restrict themselves below this 200 to 260. But this is the problem here. You have to cross this threshold, means this threshold of 260 to 270, and then as you can see, going from 270 to 300 is difficult, but going from 300 to 325 and 330 is almost much more difficult. I can say it is not impossible, but you have to work very hard in that case. So as you go from here to here, you have to work very hard. So this is the kurtosis curve, and there some of the effort I will show you that how we are going to certain that you should be getting more than 300 in that regard. Okay, so now one by one we will see some of the syllabus. So you can see this one, the paper 2, this one is paper 1, I guess. Yeah. So in the paper 1, you can see some of the syllabus. We have the geomorphology, we have the climatology, we have the oceanography, we have the biogeography, and we have the environmental geography. Okay. So the thing is that you can see the marks distribution. So this is the question. So till now, if we consider 2013 to 2023, there are nearly 38 questions from the geomorphology. From climatology, we have 32, and then 31 from this environmental geography, and again 24 from oceanography and 16 from biogeography. So you can notice 2 or 3 trends: geomorphology, climatology, and this one your environmental geography. So you can see a lot of weightage has been put there. And the thing is that this oceanography and climatology, because they are so much interrelated with each other. For an example, if you study El Nino or La Nina, they are so much related to each other that you have to study them in combination, or it is so much it should be interactive, let me say. So 32 plus 24, these two are itself containing 56. Okay, so now you know the real weightage here. Now coming to this part, the human geography part. So you have the human geography perspective in human geography, economic geography, then you have the population and settlement geography, you have the regional planning and models theory and law in human geography. So this second part, look, what is the difference between this geomorphology, or you can say physical geography, and this human geography part? I will tell you. Just give me a second. So when it's come to the physical geography portion, that is of paper A, it is what? It is technical. Okay. It means it is conceptual also, since it is technical. When it comes to the human geography, what people misinterpret it as a rote learning. Okay. But it is not just a rote learning and learning about lot of facts. There is also application of concepts here. Like when it's come to the Malthusian concept, when it's come to the, even there is interpretation from also the anthropology. There is bit of every other subjects in this. Like you have to understand the sociology, you have to understand Marx theory, Malthusian theory. So everywhere you have to cover this in there. But the thing is that this portion is, most of the time it is based on the concept. Even if you will be visiting some of the question, you will get the idea. So this is the thing what I am trying to tell, that if you are studying this physical geography part, you have to have a very good knowledge, sound knowledge, and you should be able to make lot of diagrams. In the case of human geography, you have to do it with the real-time world example. Like if you are understanding about the population, so just in case, if you will be also studying about the Indian geography, and also you will be going through the South Asian geography, in that case, the population and other dynamics. So we will be covering all part holistically. I am not in favor of just I will give you data. I will ask you to interpret those data with me and will be there for you कि आप उसको अच्छे से समझ जाओ उस टाइप से. Okay. So now this was the paper 1. Then this is the paper 2, where we have to study the physical setting of India. We have to study the resources of India. We have to study the agriculture of India, industry of India, transport, communication and trade, cultural setting, settlements, and regional development and political aspect. So you can see it is like a mirror effect of the paper 1, but so especially in Indian context. So if you think that paper 1 and 2 are separated, no. In paper 1, it is more on the conceptual, or you can say on the comprehensive part, and you have to apply those knowledge into the paper 2 also. So it is not like some people will say कि paper 1 अच्छे से तैयार कर लो, paper 2 में तो marks आएगा. You have to use those applications here. So in this case, you can see that how we are going to integrate paper 1 and paper 2 with each other, and so then it can ensure you have very good marks. Okay. So now the sources here. So many of you have seen, and if you have started already preparing for the prelims, you have been witnessing or you have been familiar with this 11th class geography, these two, the fundamental of physical geography and Indian physical environment. Then you have the Indian people and economy. And so what is that? It is about, these are more about the physical geography. One is the basic course concept, and then it application on Indian physical environment, and then human and economic geography. Some of the portions are there in class 12. Now the thing is that when it's come to the optional paper, these books, Geomorphology by Savindra Singh sir, and then you have the Thornbury book, okay, Principle of Geomorphology, and then again Climatology by Savindra Singh. So the thing is there, what is these books are all good. I have a very proper regard because I have also studied a lot of through them. But the thing is that these books are good for getting you towards this 260, 270 marks. But the thing is that there is no good diagrams. There is definitely some basic diagram, but I can say to get good marks, they are somewhat outdated. Like even if you consider these are the book Oceanography by Sir Savindra Singh sir, then Environmental Geography. So these are the book very bulky, and since I am there, you don't have to worry about studying all these books. We will be also providing good notes, curated notes with the very good diagram. So there is this one. Look, these kind of diagrams, it is about the plate tectonics, all the three plate tectonics, like different. One is subduction, in this case, further formation of oceanic island arc, and then you have the collision course. So these are kind of interactive learning diagrams are not present in those books. And here comes my expertise, because I have studied all this book during my PhD, okay, and also during my NET JRF and this getting of CSIR SPM fellowship. So these are the diagrams I have taken from Trujillo, Critchfield and all other books. So I will be also integrating these books and these diagrams for your proper understanding of phenomena, so that you can push this 270 to 300 and furthermore. Like this one is just one of those examples. Look how good is this diagram, I can say. Here you have seen that why this house has been constructed in this way. So you can see the summer sun, which is much more upright. So it is this shade is there to protect it from the scorching heat. But in winter, since winter suns are more slanty, you can see that it can hit the floor padding. So these all are the diagrams are very good in understanding the climate and its impacts on settlement. These are the diagrams are not present on those conventional books like Savindra Singh sir, D.S. Lal sir and all other books. But these are the diagrams I will be bringing to your platter for proper understanding of settlements and all other phenomena. Then again, this one, the Köppen climatic system. So now through this interactive diagram, you can see that even in India, we have this temperate zone, subtropical climate in this Bihar, Delhi and all those things. Then you can see the different kind of climatic zone, how the desert, like here Gobi desert, here Arabian desert, how each desert is different from another one. Like, you know, if someone say you desert, give me example of desert, you will simply say Thar desert, Sahara desert, Gobi desert and all. Arctic is also a desert. But the thing is that you should we have knowledge to learn to differentiate between these all deserts, like how Thar desert is different from Sahara desert. What are the factors in all case or in different case? The one thing is common, that there should be aridity, but this aridity could be either due to different factors. Just for an example, in Indian case, like Thar desert, we have what? We have this continentality effect because it is much far from the sea. And another one is that it is on the leeward side of Aravalli. Okay, this terminology may you find somewhat tricky or difficult, but once you will be in class, you will be getting a very proper understanding of all these things. Okay. Now we have another, like we have the models, like you have seen that one of the portion, it was models. So we have to understand that we have the conceptual hardware models, we have the mathematical models. So these are the things you may find in Majid Hussain sir book, but I will be using the Huggett book. Huggett is considered as one of the best book in this geomorphology part and even in modeling of the geography. So this one along with the Majid Hussain, I will be also including these books for your understanding. So yeah, like this one, how a steady state equilibrium is different from dynamic equilibrium, how dynamic metastable equilibrium. So in sense of stability, even these books are so good that they are also describing these equilibrium through the diagrams. The moment you put these diagrams, very basic diagram in your answer copy in the examination, the examiner gets impressed from this one, that why this student has a good sound knowledge of this subject. Okay. What happens that you know that many a times if you will be only studying the basic book and you will not be doing some value addition, the answer will somewhat come through a mediocre sense. But the moment you utilize these kind of diagrams, it will make a simple answer or a very average answer into better answer. Like if there is 10 marks question and he is planning to give you 4 marks, in this case using these diagrams, it may give you 5 or even 5.5. This increase of 1 or 1.5 marks in the one question, consider the 20 questions. So you are getting 20 to 25 marks or even up to 30 marks from a single paper. So where you are getting 140, you now may get 165 also. Okay, you can imagine a good thing. So that is not a problem here. Now, this one is another diagram where I have also, we can see that we are conducting or integrating the water cycle with tectonic cycle, that is hydrosphere with lithosphere. So you can see that how these diagrams are so good. It has been taken from the Huggett book. So the thing is that these are the diagrams which are not given anywhere in those books. So this is the interaction, this is the agglomeration of those books which I am trying to provide you there. Okay. Again, for climatology, like going beyond the DS Lal, and one thing good is that you don't have to study these books. I will be providing you the notes and all those things from these books. Okay. So one is by Rohley and then Critchfield book. These are the classic gems of this field, climatology. Okay. Actually, I have done this work of paleoclimatology on the basis of these books. So I can say you, I can promise you, these are the one of the finest gems in this portion of a study. Okay. Now, from the oceanography part, we have the Trujillo, one of the marvel, and then fundamentals of geomorphology. So now from these 4 books, I can easily say that you can solve 56 plus 32. It is like 56 plus 32 is like 88 questions. So you can solve using these books easily. Okay. Now, from the Indian perspective, you can be using this D.R. Khular book, sir, and then you can be using R.C. Tiwari and regional planning. But the thing is that these books have not been that much updated. So here comes my solution for that one, that you will be updating that through this Down to Earth and Yojana magazine. Look, why Down to Earth? Because it is very important from the climate change, and day by day, questions from climate change and related phenomena are getting increased in this portion. So I will be also covering the recent update, the current affairs from this Down to Earth, and also from Yojana. You can see the cover uninsured. It is about the earth, and you can also see that there is our ecosystem. So now you realize the importance of these 2 books and integrating those in your answers. Okay. Then this is one of the innovative way I will be trying to make you understand all the features of India. So this is what, can you recognize this part? This is Sundarban Delta. So you can see that how these deltas are found on the continental shelves, how these rivers are getting distributed. Okay, like you know, Hooghly is distributary of Ganges. So this is how I will make you understand all the very basic feature on the satellite image, so that you can get a real world imagination that how process do take place in those regions. Okay. This one is again your Brahmaputra river. You can see this one is again a satellite real image of, I have taken this from Google Earth. So you can see all the glacier there, then there the gorge formation, that how if this Brahmaputra river is going through there and how it bend across the syntaxial bend. So you have to understand, and I will make you understand all this thing. Okay, this is one again a topographic image of the same place. So what I will be doing, I will be also showing you the real image in form of Google Earth. Okay, then I will be also showing you the topographic map of the same region. Then of the same region, I will be showing you the DEM model. DEM is digital elevation model. So what is this? This is describing about the how much it is higher from the sea level. So you can see that in this portion they are of light color, they are of higher altitude. Then you can see the valley region is much more darker. So this application, this will not be given anywhere in the geography, but these are the, you can say, benefits of having a research fellow in your part, like here. Okay, so this digital elevation model of this Brahmaputra river is a value addition for you. Why so? Because it will be very helpful to understand the topography of that region. Okay, then this is the stream order, that look, the 10 number is for Brahmaputra, and as you go lower, it will be about the tributary. So we will be getting a hack of all this thing. Okay. Now just see the question. This one is from a specimen copy of GS1 and it is from the optional paper. Okay. So you can see the question is, how will the melting of Himalayan glacier have far-reaching impact on the water resources of India? Same thing here. The question is this: discuss the variation in nature of glacier in India and the emerging issue due to climate change. You see, ये एक तरह का repetition ही है क्वेश्चन का. how will the melting of Himalaya glacier have far-reaching impact on water resources? At the same time, you have this question, discuss the variation in nature of glacier in India and emerging issue due to climate change. So, what are the core issues in both questions? One is your glaciers, then climate change, and then water resources. Okay. In this case, again, you have the glacier, and since glacier in India have been mentioned, definitely it is related to Himalaya. Okay. An emerging issue, so definitely water scarcity is one of them, then further warming and all those events. But the thing is that even the question appear to be similar or even same in this case, but your approach to the answer will be different. In this case, if it is a GS paper, you have to also assimilate not just geography, you have to also assimilate the social impact, the economic impact. Okay. In this case, you have to restrict yourself to the geography. So many a time, what is the problem with the students or the candidates in this case? That they replicate this answer similar fashion into the optional. No, there is the change. I will be also showing you that how if the same question come into GS, how your approach will be and how this approach will be different in the optional paper. So I have told you that there is geographical portion, then social impact and economic impact in this portion. But in this case, you have to first make you understand that what are the structure of glacier in Himalaya, and then you have to understand or how it is important, why certain rivers flow through them, and then you have to describe their depletion, that why depletion is happening, and then their impact on river. Okay. If you are not able to produce a large question, a large answer in that case, so there you might be mentioning some of the human aspect, but not a lot. But in this case, you have a free hand. That is the difference. Okay. Now, and one thing is there, I will be covering all the PYQ of optional from year 1986 to 2024. So this one has a large chunk of volume, like 24 plus 14, it is 38 years of PYQ. So more of all, even going through all those PYQ, I can say that 70 to 80% of your syllabus will be completed already. So I will be also doing, just note similarity or repetition. So there is a question, how does inversion of temperature occur? Explain its significance on local weather with suitable examples. The thing is that similar question, it was asked in 2023. Okay, just 2 years back. And then you have the same question, it was asked way back in 2010, short note on inversion of temperature. The same question has been asked in 1995. This right short note on inversion of temperature. So they have not even changed the words. They have mentioned it verbatim in 1995, then in 2010, and the same question on 2023. So now you know that what is the value of PYQ. So we will be, most of the time people cover from 2014-15. I will be covering all the PYQ way back to 1985. Okay. So you don't have to worry about this one. So this was a brief orientation class for your geography optional. I will be discussing some of the phenomena, so you can get to know about my teaching style, because I believe that how you do anything, you do everything. That is one of the things. So see you in class. Thank you.